Hey everyone, I'm Ultraviolent4 and this is the start of a new playthrough of Dungeon Crawler Stone Soup. Streak status is 8 at the moment, which ties the last streak that we died at. I'd really like to win this one to take it to 9. I'm not going to be picking the easy road though. We're going to be dipping again into the advanced category, and we're going to be playing the ant species, which is a challenge species, in Formicid. And we'll be picking an Abyssal Knight, which is a Zealot class. Alright. I believe, at least by the numbers, Formicid is probably the most... I say probably, but I think it's by a lot. It's the most played species for me. Just confirm that. I think it's over 1,000. Yeah. So I've won 9 Formicids from 1,056 Formicid games. That might sound kind of bad at a 0.85% win rate, but most of those are real-time speedruns. You see most of them are Formicid fighters, so they're probably only about 30 seconds long. All the same, I've got a ton of experience with Formicid. In terms of which weapon we're going to pick, not unarmed because I'd prefer a weapon. For reasons that will become apparent pretty soon, Formicids tend to fight a lot one-on-one with monsters. So I'm not going to pick an axe. There's no cleaving. I'm not going to pick a longsword because it has anti-synergy with shields, and shields are a real strength of Formicids. And similarly, one-on-one fighting, you don't get to use the reach for a polearm. So that leaves us with mace or a short sword, but that's not that exciting either. So let's go maces. Alright, we're playing the FoAK. So we start off in the Abyss. That's a little bit unusual. So Lugonu, let's do Formicid first. So we're an Ant-Man. It's quite an interesting species. It's very different to anything else. So the first is that you have an innate stasis ability. For all you new players, you might not know stasis. It used to be on an amulet, so you could actually get this if you wanted to. But does this do everything? Kind of. You cannot be teleported, blinked, which isn't listed there, slowed, hasted, paralyzed, or berserked. So I guess blink was the only one that wasn't there. Okay. You have 4 arms, although unlike octopodes, you don't get to wear 4 sets of rings. That'd be really cool. Which let you wield 2-handed weapons with a shield. The way that works in practice is that every weapon counts as one-handed for a Formicid. So it's not like you get to dual wield, say, a longbow and a hand crossbow. No, it's just you can always have a 2-handed weapon and a shield if you want. And you get a shield bonus along with a +2 shield aptitude. So it's quite a no-brainer. Don't tell the devs I said this. But it's a no-brainer to be a Formicid with a shield. You still get 2-handed weapons, and you're very good at them, and you get experience quickly. Alright. So you get a couple of abilities as well. They've put them together, but you can dig through walls and to a lower floor. So if I hit A for abilities, we have a Shaft Self, which I don't believe will work here in the Abyss. Not that I'd want to anyway. And a Dig ability, which lets you dig kill holes. Your Shaft Self is your kind of only panic button that you have as a normal Formicid, because a bad situation you're not teleporting from, you're not blinking, you're not hasting, all those things. And the last one is start off with a pair of large antennae on our head. It means we don't get to wear helmets or hats, but we sense monsters and we get innate see-invis. Okay. Lugonu, well, we started as an Abyssal Knight, so we start off worshipping Lugonu, who's the god of the Abyss. She's also often called Lucy, which is why I said she, because Lucy, pretty sure that's a female name. Alright, and Lugonu works really well with Formicid. It's typically considered one of the best Formicid gods, and that's because Lugonu gives you some really good panic buttons, which as a Formicid you lack. So when we get to 2 piety, we'll get the ability to It says you can bend space around yourself, but what it is it's a blink. And you can use it even though you can't normally blink. So that's really nice to have. You also get the ability to banish your foes, which sends them to the abyss. So again, things that you can't fight or get away from because you're a Formicid, you can try to banish them. And then you get, later on, you get a really good panic button in that you can just immediately send yourself to the abyss. It hurts you quite a lot, but still, if you're in a life or death situation, send me hurt to the abyss, please. Cool. Lugonu works really well with invocations as well. It's a very invo higher god. And as a Formicid, you get a +2 invocations aptitude. So we sort of got a whole bunch of synergy going on as a Formicid of Lugonu. Alright, as far as our skills go, I'm going to have fighting on because it's a +1 aptitude, and that's going to be my main defensive skill when I don't have a shield. Armor's pretty good too, but I think for the moment, I'm not going to train it yet. Similarly for dodging, we're going to focus our maces and flails because that's our main weapon to kill things. And then I'm going to leave invocations on. At this point, I'm not going to focus it because I don't have any ability that I can use just yet. But as I get my piety up to 3, which is where I can start banishing, I probably want to focus this. Okay, that's what our skills are going to look like. I just want to show you one thing before we get going. And this is what playing Formicid reminds me of. So this is one of my favorite books when I was a child. It is The Diggingest Dog. I love this book. It's the story of a dog who has to learn how to dig, who doesn't stop until he's dug up the whole town. If you've never read this, I recommend that you go and read it. I'm serious. The recommended age range might be from 3 to 7, but I promise you that this is a masterpiece and it will move even the most hardened adult. I might even read some of it, some choice extracts as we're going, but we'll see. Okay, so that's that. Let's do some playing. So we started off in the Abyss. You also, as an AK, have this ability here to immediately depart the Abyss. It costs you a little bit of piety. So what you can do if you want is you can walk around a bit, and quite often you'll come across an exit that's close. So you can save a bit of piety. The thing is though that if you're unlucky, you might explore into say Hellion or something, and because you only have 18 health total, you're just going to immediately die. On an 8 streak, I don't want to risk that. I'm just going to leave the Abyss. Also, you might think that because you're in the Abyss, you could walk around and find really cool stuff. That doesn't work as an AK. The things that you find on the Abyss when you first start here are standard items that you'd find on level 1 of the dungeon. It's only if you go down to Abyss 2 that you'll start finding normal Abyss things. Although if you're in Abyss 2 as a level 1 character, I suggest that you're not going to live very long. So let's depart the Abyss. Alright, so here we are. I'm going to rest up my mana back, and here we go, Formicid. Kind of scary, because if we meet something like a Halberd Null on D1, we might have to shaft ourselves. Or say like a D2 Sigmund, there's no running from him, potentially. That's a Rune Ringmail. I'm probably going to just upgrade my armor as we go. So I'm going to play it kind of like a melee class who uses invocations as a sort of pseudo spells, I guess. But I think it's unlikely that I'm going to actually use spells. So as I find heavier armor, I'm going to upgrade. But a Rune Ringmail as this first item is very likely to just be cursed. So I think I'm just going to wait that one out, because then we're just going to be stuck in Ringmail. Alright, and so if I just demonstrate to you the digging ability, well, we're seeing here we're sensing monsters, so I'm actually not going to dig towards that one. Let's dig into this wall. So I hit A and F, and I can dig. I extend my mandibles, and then I can make little holes like that. If you're a really optimal Formicid player, you can manually explore around trying to stay near walls all the time. You can also pre-dig your kill holes if you really want, but that's a lot of effort that I'm not going to go to. So I'm just going to auto-explore. There were some stones though, I want those. Lets me throw them at things. I can alert enemies to try to pull them to me. Oh, there's a sling. I still haven't seen any enemies. This is really crazy. So I've got stones for it. I could risk wielding this. And if it's cursed, I at least will not just insta-die. But I think, again, I'd still rather waste. Although there's sling bullets. Alright, let's see. Is it cursed? No, it's not. So I got lucky. Alright. This is my main tip for winning the early game on pretty much any character. Pick up a sling. Don't wield it though, unless you have some ammunition, because it could just be cursed, even as a plain item. We have a +1 sling aptitude, but it's really good just with 0 skill, so I'm not even going to bother training it. And it's still going to kill things really well at ranged. Alright. Bats are kind of everywhere. Alright, so we got our first monster successfully done. Okay, a few different things. Just back up into this hallway here. If I really want, just to show you, okay, never mind, it wasn't an actual wall. If you really wanted, you could dig a kill hole to fight the bat. Let's not fight both those enemies at once. Also, I want to use Shift Q to quiver my sling bullets. They do 2 more damage than stones do. Alright. We're sensing a lot of monsters. We reached level 2. Let's try not to fight them all at once. I'm going to dig through to this side. Okay, what if I dig a kill hole like this? Okay, so we're pre-digging our path. Okay, like for instance, that's a ranged monster. So if I sit in my kill hole like this, I can bring it to me and it will never get a chance to shoot me from ranged. Although in this case we had a sling, so we could have shot it back, but still, I wanted to show you. Alright, I'm doing my best using this sense monster ability to only fight one at a time, which should be what you do anyway, but it's made easier. Okay, here's a chainmail. Let's pick that up. If we check out the chainmail, it has an encumbrance rating of 15, which means unless you have at least 15 strength, you're going to get a penalty from it. We have 16 strength, so this is probably okay. At the moment we've got 3 AC, 11 EV, which is 14 total defenses, and this will bring us to also 14, but with more AC. You'd rather have like a mix between AC and EV than more than one than the other. So yeah, and I'd say also generally, especially in the early game, you'd rather just have extra AC, because monsters don't have much damage. So if you have AC, not much will hurt you, even if you're not dodging attacks. That's a really small amount of monsters on D1. We're only halfway through experience level 2. And Formicid is a race that gains experience more quickly than average, so that concerns me a bit. I hope I'm not about to meet Sigmund. Quokkas are fast, aren't they? I'm gonna XV it to see. It is fast. Can bite for up to 5, which is probably not ever gonna kill me, especially considering that I've just got 8 AC, but I'd still rather just not mess around with it. We're pretty low level to start this level out. Here's a jackal pack. I'm going to take one upstairs. Alright, good. Rather than fighting a whole pack at once. Alright, and we're really hoping we don't get shafted, because you get super shafted as a Formicid when you get shafted. I actually wish that they couldn't get shafted, because it's really sucky. Especially if you get shafted onto the bottom floor of a branch. Like if you get shafted into Orc 2, you can't then shaft again, so sometimes you just die. Alright, so I said I'm probably not going to be casting spells this game, which means I'd like to get to 23 strength, which is the encumbrance rating of both crystal plate armor and for gold dragon armor, which is still 7 strength away, so I'm going to be picking strength for my level ups. Okay. Apparently that guy's beating us. No. Alright. Yeah, well, we're going to fight the Quokka. While this is a challenge race, compared to a mummy, this should be pretty strong. I don't think Formicid's that bad, as in, it's definitely has some major downsides if you screw up or if you meet an adder at the start of D2 when you're quite underleveled. But yeah, on the whole, it's not that bad. Your aptitudes are pretty good. You get experience pretty quickly. Your HP is not bad. Not as good as Minotaurs, but still not bad. Alright, an adder. There's no way that I'm going to get back to the stairs before it catches me. Is that true? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I think it will catch me. Alright. So if I do get poisoned to death, I've got 3 potions, of which some of them could be curing. Fortunately, we get to shoot our sling at it as it approaches, but there's actually a pretty good chance that we just die here. I could shaft myself, but shafting yourself to a new floor like this early in the game is asking to land next to 2 adders or something even worse. So, kind of tempted to run for the stairs, but I'm pretty sure it just catches me. Alright, so we're going to fight it. All our sling bullets are missing. Okay, we just missed 4 times. So now we're going to mace. Could read some scrolls. Unfortunately, fewer scrolls than normal help you. Teleport doesn't, so you'd be blinking doesn't, so you'd really just be looking for fear probably. And if you get something like immolation, it will actually kill you. If I try to quaff these potions now, looking for a buff, like say Might or Agi, you might accidentally drink Curing, in which case then, if we do get poisoned to death, there's nothing we can do about it. Alright, well here we go. Hope we roll well. Missed. No, we hit, we did no damage. Okay, he bit us twice, but did not poison. The problem here is that this worm is about to come next to us. Alright, we got bitten again. Okay, I can't let the worm hit me as well, so I'm going to have to start backing to this hallway. I'm letting the adder get additional shots at me, but worms can do up to 12 damage, so definitely can't let that hit me as well as the adder. Alright, we got it. Okay, rolled well. Did not roll well initially, but then we ultimately got there. Okay, this guy, he's really slow, so I can shoot him from range. And I don't know if we can outsling his base regen. We did. Okay. So we lived through our first adder encounter. That's always a good early check on your character's survivability. Oh no, second one. This guy we can get to the stairs though. Okay, let's go up. Okay, let's go to a new stair. Yeah, the second adder is not that much different to the first adder actually. Until you get curing, they're really dangerous. I should not be going back towards him. Let's stay up the top up here. Okay, we got another worm. Okay, let's not accidentally take 12 damage shots for no reason. Unless you accidentally get trapped between a worm and something else, you really shouldn't die to worms, because you can just walk away from them. Even as a slow race like a Naga. Oh, he did not see me. Okay, so the adder's up here now. So we're going to go back down this way. We've seen all our stairs, right? Yeah, okay. I hope that's not a new adder. And that there are just a million running around. Okay, I got 2 scrolls or something. So I'm going to stand on the stair. Just in case it's a noise. So teleport won't actually teleport us. It's ID. So let's do our potions. Okay, that's really good. Lignification lets me fight an adder for free. It gives you our poison. And then let's ID another potion. Okay, Might. Alright, good. I'm going to check this hatch. That one. Oh, right, okay, not that stair. There's an adder at that stair. Whoops, that was silly. Alright, let's continue on with D2. I don't have remove curse, so I'm not going to put that ring on yet. Here's another adder, so this is really just adder. D2 adder time. We got a low experience D1, and then now all our D2 is the adders. Okay, so I'm not just going to quaff my league straight away. What I'd rather do is start fighting. Hope that I just get lucky, but if it starts poisoning me, then I'll drink the league. You need to do it before you get lethally poisoned though, because while league gives you a little bit of extra HP, it will not retroactively give you poison resistance. So this here, I think I can take one more shot from it before I get lethally poisoned. Good. Alright, so we got to keep on to it, hold on to it. We got in on our level up, which is a bit unlucky, but it's not a huge deal. Adders and worms. Okay, so I've sensed something else coming, so I'm going to start backing up. Okay, it's not Sigmund. It's alright, relax. Okay. I'm going to keep my eye out for a plate mail, because that's the next step up from a chainmail. Although, it's a good chance we won't see one until we start running into Orc Warriors. Alright, I know there's one more adder running around at least. 2 together indicates a pack. On D2 that could be a null pack. It's kind of scary. Alright, here we go, adder 3. Well, we mostly killed him with a sling. We got lucky. Ah, right, I've got a macro on C. That's why that's happening. Let's remove that. I'm trying to... There we go. I'm trying to do animate skeleton, which of course we don't have that spell. Okay. And the other thing that we're going to be keeping an eye out for is a shield. Any shield will do. You don't get to train shields until you actually find one. So as soon as we get one, we'll start training it. Let's ID. I could go the ring or I could go a potion. Because I've got League, which lets me... It kind of works like a curing. I think I'd like to go the ring. Plus 3 protection, that's really good. Takes us to 11 AC. Alright, he's got a sling too. I was apparently the better sling wielder. You could call me David. Alright. So I guess it wasn't a null pack. Here's another adder. Alright, so we didn't get to sling him, although look at our mace go. Oh, we're getting so lucky on the poisons. Alright, I'm not going to complain, but yeah, we did really well. Teleport traps don't bother you as a Formicid. I'm not going to step on it. I could, and it would just disappear without teleporting me. But, oh, there's one on either side. I'm just going to dig around it, because I can use that as a means to teleport enemies, to try to make enemies step on it, to teleport them away from me. That's such a nasty little stair there. Like, I happened to find both of them, but if you were just a normal character, you were going to get teleported to start your D3. I wonder if that's an intentional sort of stair vault, or if that's just bad luck. It's not symmetrical. It's three on one side, 4 on the other, so I think that's just really bad luck. But man, that would really suck. Let's go a new potion. Resistance, okay. So that's like poison again. I'm not looking for an altar, because we've already got our god. I'm not looking for the temple either. It means that I could actually just read my scrolls, and it wouldn't be that big a deal. Do I want to do that? Yeah, maybe. I'm probably gonna, I'm someone who doesn't mind wasting scrolls to find out what they are, because I'd prefer to ID my potions and things like that. So, yeah, let's just read them all. Again on the stair in case we get noise. There you go. You feel a strange sense of stasis. Magic mapping and blinking. Okay. Speaking of blinking, we've reached 2 points of piety. So if we have a look at our ability menu, we've got this ability, Bend Space, costs you a magic point and 2 HP. So it hurts you a little bit every time you use it, but doesn't cost piety. So, I mean, if you're feeling kind of crazy, you can blink around a lot and you're not going to use your piety up. Okay, so it's got some funky things going on with it. You can also, with more invocations, you get a chance to also blink and damage monsters who are next to you when you blink. But I wouldn't rely on that. Yeah, if you're relying on blink to kill stuff, there's something going seriously wrong. And here, it ignores effects that would usually prevent translocations. Cool. Alright, so that's handy to have. Oh, I like how Auto Explore just walked me over the teleport trap. It just did not care, even though I was trying to save it. Thanks, Auto Explore. Alright, adder number 5. Slings are good. Okay. Not too worried about random kobolds. We've got 11 AC with that ring of protection that we found. Look at this sling. No sling skill. And we just kill things. Alright, that's a bunch of dudes, including another adder. Okay. Well, I half killed it. Let's see. Just going slowly. Okay, good. Because, yeah, again, if I start getting poisoned, I'm going to want to lignify. Another scroll. I guess I'm just going to read these as I find them. Let's remove curse. Alright, so the next one we find, I could test out the ring mail. It's lighter than the chainmail, but maybe this is a +4 ring mail of poison resistance. Who knows? Enchant weapon. Chuck that on my mace. Wouldn't be a bad choice to put it on the sling, but because we're likely to find some sort of enchanted or magical mace around, whereas that's much less likely for a sling. I'm expecting that there might be a wizard or a priest down here, because this is quite clearly an orc pack. But I'm trying to pull them to me one at a time. Alright, let's also pick up this tomahawk. Maybe we could throw it at enemies if we run out of sling bullets sometime. Okay, I'm not sensing anything else. Okay, so it's not the D3 wizard priest pack. There's a faded altar. That's always fun to do. But we've already got our god. There's a plate mail. It requires 18 strength to overcome the encumbrance on that one. But we can always test it out. So we're 11-7, which is 18 total. And I did not pick it up. Whoops. And this is 13-15, which is also 18 total. It's more AC. Yeah, I think I just like this. I'd rather just have more AC if it's the same number. AC is really strong in the early game. I was about to say it's extra strong if you get paralyzed, but as a Formicid we don't get paralyzed. There's a shaft. Stay away from those. Let's ID our potions. Curing. Okay, good. There's a D4 ogre. I can shoot some slings at him. No, we're not killing him. Let's pick a new stair. We don't want to fight an ogre right at the start of D4. In fact, we probably don't want to fight an ogre on D4 at all if we can help it. We've got more adders coming. I could just shut that door. Not that I'm afraid of adders anymore. Got outplayed. He went around. Outplayed. Okay, I feel like he kind of deserves to kill us, but adder probably not going to kill us now that we found curing. Have to misplay pretty majorly to die to an adder now. Okay, here's a howler monkey. I'm going to start retreating back towards the wall in case the noise brings, say, an orc pack or something. And this howler monkey is really strong. Okay, here's a worker ant. These guys do a lot more poison than an adder. They're sort of the poison enemy upgrade. Still fast though. Still also can't open doors, so we're just going to shut that and hope that this guy isn't as smart as the adder and comes around. Okay, I think we're good. Alright, so I want to stay away from the ant. Although again, we have curing, so I'm not super afraid of the ant, but I'd still rather not use my curings if I don't have to. Okay, I thought he'd seen me, but no. We can dig our own path around. What I'm doing here is I'm digging them diagonally, and the way that you do that, the reason you do that is because at any point when you're in here, you're limiting your vision to only one tile. If you're running away from something that's ranged and you just dug a hole that was straight, as you run through your holes, you could be shot, whereas this one, only one thing at a time can see you. I'll also turn your eyes to this top right corner up here, next to the brackets. In the brackets next to time. It says 1, that tells you how long your last action took. So if you're talking about normal 10 speed enemies, or normal characters, as I move, you see it takes me 1 turn. If I dig, it takes 1.2. Also, you saw that it can be noisy, so it makes yellow noise. So as you dig, you'll alert things to you. But the reason the 1.2 is important is because digging is slower than walking. So if you're trying to kite an enemy like an ogre that's going to kill you, don't kite the ogre while digging, because they're faster than you, so they can follow you and potentially hit you. If you're going to try to kite something like an ogre around, stick to the open. Or again, if you're really optimal, pre-dig all your kill holes first. Strength again. Okay, I know there's a priest, but has not seen me. A priest and an ogre. Okay, that's not something I want to mess around with. So I'm heading back towards the stair. Again, I can shoot some slings. I'm just wasting my sling bullets. Okay, let's X that one out too. So there's either 2 ogres running around. Yeah, I think there are. Because that's a new one. I just got a warning when I saw him. Okay. So is that an ogre at every stair? I think it is. That might be the same as the old one. So I think we can take this one. Okay, good. I'm just going to X that one out so I remember if I end up going back upstairs. Okay, so 2 ogres running around D4. That's no good. The ogre was out there, so I don't want to kite this wizard pack back towards that ogre, because if I get confused, which is likely to happen when I have no sources of MR, could very easily die to an ogre. So I pre-dug a kill hole. He's seen me, so I can just now run back to my kill hole. And I hope that that's the priest and not the ogre. Should start digging back up just in case. You also see this is making me hungry, so I'm going to eat, I guess, a fruit. And again. Okay, so if this is an ogre coming now, I now can dig 1 tile and I'll get back into the hallway. But I hope this is just the wizard and the priest. In our kill hole like this, we get to fight them one at a time. Alright, why are you hurting so much, guy? Okay, it is the priest, good. Alright, we'll start fighting him. If he goes really smite happy, it's 17 max damage, so we can take a couple. But if he goes really crazy, we can always quaff the might potion. Or even the lig. Okay, no, we got there, good. Alright, and he had 2 potions of ID. 2 scrolls of ID. No, I'm not really in a hurry just to ID this ringmail. So that maybe shows you that I shouldn't have just read all my potions, because, read all my scrolls, because we have found plenty of ID scrolls. Here's the ogre again. I gotta remember which stair is which, because there's one ogre just with a club like this, a giant club, and one of them has a giant spiked club. So if they're both in, if I'm kiting one back to where the other one is, I don't want to get sandwiched in between them. So he's just the giant club guy. Can dig through. Alright. So we're basically just playing ogre keep away at this point. Alright, here's a new scroll. We've got 2 of them. No, I'll just read one. Okay, it's fear. That's another good panic button. Here's our ant. Let's just fight him. Okay, we've got the curing if it goes bad. It didn't though. And that's the giant spike club ogre. He has seen me. Alright, well, we can start walking away. But there's a real possibility that we meet the other one here. No. I don't really have a good tool to fight ogres. And they do a lot of damage. So, as tanky as we are, we could still probably get 2-shot if the ogre rolled high. So yeah, I think we're just going to be leaving them. We've done a lot of the floor. I'll see if I can get my sling bullets back, and then we might just leave this floor and come back for the ogres later. Never mind, we didn't get the slings back. Okay, let's just go back upstairs. It's like he's guarding that area. Because every time I go back, he's always back down here rather than at the stairs where I'm leaving him. Just want my sling bullets back, man. Well, let's go eat that guy. Got hungry. Okay. Oh, we got him this time. This looks like it might have some altars in it. Oh, it's a temple. So if you were after the temple, this would have been lucky. You would have got a default temple. This glove represents an extra AC. So immediately put that on. And drop the leather armor as well. Alright. Got a couple more sling bullets to get, and then I think I just go downstairs. And then if we get some decent way to kill ogres, then we can come back up. Because they represent quite a lot of experience. But yeah, I think too dangerous right now. I'm not going to check this hatch up right now because it might land us next to one of those ogres. That's a potion of brilliance. I'm going to hang on to it, but I don't see that being especially useful. That's Prince Ribbit. He's extremely dangerous. You see he's marked as red. We have a scroll of fear, so if we start dying, we could fear him away. Things to note about him, he can hit for up to 20 damage, and he's fast. So when I walk away, he gets a chance to run after me and hit me, but the thing to note is that he has blink. So most of the time, unless you get unlucky, you should just be able to walk away like that and he'll just blink. So it's hard for him to stay on top of you, and we're Xing that stair out. So it's a pretty tough one at the moment. We've got a bunch of ogres on D4 and then a Prince Ribbit guarding D5. That's a new ring. I think again I would just ID it. See Invis, okay. It does literally nothing because we have innate See Invis with our antennae. Okay, another potion of resistance. It's really nice. Prince Ribbit again. This time we're really far away from a stair. So I'm just gonna swoop. Yeah, he's blinking around like crazy and nearly killing us. We can probably only take one more shot and then we're gonna have to fear him away. He can do up to 20 damage. I was saying how it's really hard for him to stay on top of you, but he is doing it. Okay, we're on 20, although we have some guaranteed damage reduction with our plate mail, so he can't actually kill me in one more shot. Alright, but one more hit and we need to fear him away. Yeah, he's off me. Now please, go away. Where's our stair that we're heading to? Up there. Okay. Okay. Please. This is like a horror movie. Please, no. Okay, so he's... Okay. Stay away. Alright, we did it. Okay, that was really scary. There's one of the ogres as well. Okay, so we're heading back to this upstair. Alright. I had the blink ability through all of that, so if I didn't have a Scroll of Fear, I probably would have had to try to blink away from Prince Ribbit when he had me at 20 HP. But that would have been really risky, because it would have been doing 2 HP to us every time we blinked, and isn't guaranteed to get away from him. You might land next to him again, and he's also fast, so even if you got 2 or 3 tiles away, he'd probably then catch you again. Alright, we're going to the one stair we don't know, and hopefully we don't meet Prince Ribbit again. What I'd really like is some sort of wand would be really great. Well, also if we get to 3 piety, we can start banishing things. That'd be another good way to deal with all these ogres and Prince Ribbits, etc. Another one. I feel like I need to take him up. Well, he's almost dead actually. How much damage can he do? 17 plus giant club. I think he does 37. Giant club. I always look this up. I don't want to screw it up. 20. So it was 20 plus 17, which is 37. So we're on 38, so we can't die to one shot. Alright, are we doing this? I guess I'd rather take him up first though. Okay. We're near starving, that's right, okay. I think he could kill us now. So we're just gonna... I think I probably should blink away. I'm gonna get inside of this upstairs first, and then let's do a blink. Okay, and we'll go up and we'll heal. But the reason I did that is I didn't want to leave the ogre guarding the one stair that we know Prince Ribbit is not at. So I wanted to bring him back up to D4, which is our ogre holding place right now. The sensing of these monsters, I bet they're ogres. There are 4 in there, it's probably a new pack. Alright. Okay, yeah, because there's other 2 stairs over here. Prince Ribbit's around. So yeah, did not want an ogre here. Oh man, another one, and he's seen me again too. Well, I guess we need to take him up again. Alright. Oh, well, there's an ant. Well, I guess I take the ant up. I can't just mess around there with the ant because waiting for the ogre. Oh, this is really bad. Okay, so I gotta kill the ant. I can't run away because he's faster than me. This is gonna poison me. So I gotta kill the ant, and then we're gonna have to do some sort of trick with the ogre. Well, we've got random energy on him, so I could probably just make it back to the upstairs. I could also open and shut this door for a while to regain my health. Which would let me then blink away from him without risking being one shot. Say I do walk up to here. I'm just testing. If I do go for the stair and he catches me, do I have a pillar to run around? I have plenty. Is that true? Yeah, I do, because I built them with my digging. Okay. So I'm going to try to get back to this stair. See if I can keep my space, or if he's going to random energy back on top of me. Okay, we got away. Alright. So there are something like 6 ogres on this D4 now. That's crazy. Well, we killed one, didn't we? No, we didn't. We nearly killed him, and then he forced us to blink away. Alright. Alright, so we'll bring this guy up. And what's so scary about this is there are so many ogres running around that at any point while I'm running away from one, I could meet another. So I'm going to blink. That didn't help me, because as I go up left, I have to do an up and he'll catch me again. So I'm going to blink. Okay, this is better. So now I've got a gap. I can again run up to the stairs. This is actually really silly. Alright, he's still there. I can go down these stairs, but what's so bad is that if I then have to come up again, say I have to run from Prince Ribbit or something, I'll come up this stair and this ogre will be waiting. Might be worth, nah. Okay, it might be worth taking him up to D3, but I don't know. There are so many other ogres on that floor that I think it's kind of like, if I was going to worry about that, I should have worried about that about 5 ogres ago and not now. It's a D5 Crimson Imp. It's listed as yellow, but really it's not actually that dangerous. You can only hit for up to 4 damage, and we have quite a lot of AC. It's only really dangerous if it's spawned with like a Wand of Acid, or there's a Trog. No, it's a Zom Altar that has weapons of chaos on them. If he's just plain, I'm not threatened by it. Okay, is that Prince Ribbit? It's not moving, so because it's not moving, it indicates that it's a monster that's asleep, whereas Prince Ribbit was wandering around. Because there are 3, that tells me that's probably a pack. So I'm going to pre-dig my kill hole, and I'm going to pre-dig my escape, just in case I have to run out again. Alright, I could yell. No, I'll walk around and have a look. Okay, it's orcs, but it's not. I can still bring them in and fight them one at a time, but if it's not the priest wizard pack, I'm not that afraid of it. Cool. That's probably Prince Ribbit, because that's wandering. And this is kind of around where he was. I feel really under-leveled. Going down to Dungeon 6 at XL level 6 when you're a species that gains experience at a fast rate really worries me, but I don't really know what else we do. We just need to get to 3 piety and then we can start killing ogres. Alright, I guess we go downstairs then. That stair is probably the furthest from where Prince Ribbit was. Let's go have a look. There's a remove curse, so we can try this ringmail. Okay, that's what I was talking about. So yeah, that ringmail we found right at the start of the game, it was indeed cursed. Glowing things that you find near the start of the game are very often cursed. Because crappier items tend to spawn on D1. Here's a pack of things. I'm going to dig a kill hole again. And again, I'll dig our escape path. There's a bullfrog. Can hit for 9 and is fast, so again I can't run from it. So I need to fight it. Unlike Prince Ribbit, it's not going to blink away from me. So I'm going to have to fight it, and if I lose, I'm going to have to fear it. Okay, it does up to 9 damage. Okay, we're good. We got to experience level 7, so that's nice. Let's see what this pack is. I kind of want to yell it to me, just in case it's a no pack. Oh, there's something behind us we sensed. Okay, let's take that up first. We'll deal with the hound. Again, that could have been an ogre or something really scary. Could have been a unique. So I didn't want to get trapped between them. We don't have a good way to get around to our kill hole that's not through the wizard. So I can... Oh, that hurt. Okay, we'll just go back up. Here's Ribbit again. Alright, here we go. So we're trying to get back to the stair where we know there's an ogre. Is one of the other stairs better? Maybe, it's so far away. I think we're just going for this one. Get away from me. Frogs, man. Alright, it's blinking away. So let's hope the ogre's not here. I've got more than 37 HP, so I can't get one shot. He is there, but he wasn't right adjacent to the stair. This is like an ogre frog nightmare. Okay, I want to pick a new stair because Ribbit's at that one now. Let's go up here. Never mind. There are ogres everywhere. And so many dudes over there. Alright. Okay, so we're away from Ribbit. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to wrap that one up there. Um, this is this has been rough so far. There's so much experience waiting if and when we can manage to fight ogres. But until then, yeah, we're kind of hurting in the experience and piety department. But we have not died, so that's a bonus. Anyway, join me next time. We'll try to get through piety. We'll try to kill these ogres. And we'll keep going down through the dungeon. Bye.